morning. I'm going to meal prep for the week. And I haven't actually done this in a really long time. After being sick for so long, and honestly, being so busy even before being sick, I've really let go of things like meal prepping and planning my meals in general. And it's something I've been trying to get back into, but I haven't really been taking action into doing that. I thought that maybe doing some meal prepping this week might actually get me back into the routine of planning my meals a little bit. But the kind of meal prepping I like to do is more ingredient prepping and less actual meals, because I get really bored of eating the same meal every day. Yeah, I'm gonna prep some ingredients today, and I also just ran out of my sourdough bagels. So I'm going to make some bagels. I did pull out my sourdough. Hold on, let me show you. I have a tendency when I take my sourdough starter out and start trying to feed it to get kind of lazy or just forget about it, and then I go like a day or two without feeding it. I fed it last night, but for some reason it's just not growing since then, so I think I need to give it like another day or two. So that's okay, I'm just gonna use discard instead. And I found some good recipes for discard bagels, and then I want to make English muffins too, because I did that one time and they were so good, and I just am really enjoying like a nice piece of bread with my breakfast right now, and I was really into those bagels. So I'm gonna do that today, but I had to order some more flour. I need bread flour for the recipes and I just don't have enough, and I also just needed a few other things because I'm gonna make some granola and some jam today. So I needed to order some groceries. So I have them on the way. They should be here within the next hour or so, 1 to 2 hours, I think, but I can do some other things in the meantime while I'm waiting for my groceries to come. I think what I'm gonna do is make some turkey meatballs. I have the turkey pulled out already. I was also thinking of making some kind of chicken, but I didn't defrost the chicken. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna start with is just chopping up some sweet potatoes and some beets and putting those in the oven to roast for a while. I think I'm gonna chop up some apples, so I just have like pre-chopped apple slices, and I might open up some mandarins and just put those into like containers so that they're easy to grab, so that I don't have to pull out a cutting board every day to chop up apples and open up a mandarin every day, you know? So just little things that makes it like faster and easier, and then that way my week is a lot smoother and I can just pull out ingredients that I need, and I don't have to dirty up the kitchen so much every day. I apologize that I still sound kind of sick. I'm still getting over the flu, but I am so much better now. Like, I almost feel normal. I just still have congestion, so my voice still doesn't sound that great. And I will say that my energy level is still not super high. But overall, I'm feeling so much better. I can just tell that I'm on the upward trend, which is great because I've been sick for a really long time. But yeah, anyways, so my voice sounds a little rough today. I really love sweet potatoes. It's my favorite thing to have, but I'm kind of feeling like having roasted potatoes, and I love like pre-roasting them because then I can just throw them in the air fryer or something, and they're so easy to cook, and they take like 10 minutes instead of like 40. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I also really love mixing beets with sweet potatoes. It's just a really good combination. I found I have a bunch of beets in the pantry that I want to use up. They're really messy, and so these are a thing I really like to prep because they make a big mess, and I don't like to do that all the time. So I'm gonna bake sweet potatoes and beets together as like a roasted potato veggie mix. I also have this big bag. They went bad so fast, and I just don't think I have proper potato storage. Potatoes should last a really long time. They're kind of like soft and they're sprouting. You know what I might do, honestly, if I have enough time, is just chop these up and put them in the freezer raw. I am going to listen to some music or something, make this go by a little faster. I think I might listen to a podcast, actually. I haven't listened to Crime Junkie in a really long time. Those potatoes smell so good before they're even being cooked. Like just garlic and onion powder smell so good together. I'm gonna do my best with these other potatoes, but as I was washing them, some of them were like pretty green and soft. So I'm gonna see, I may have to just peel the skin off, which is okay. The middle should still be totally fine. So I'm gonna do that now. And then I'm gonna start my turkey meatballs. Anyways, my groceries will be here really soon. And then I can keep going and start the breads and stuff because I need to get those started because they need to rise. My groceries are almost here, so I think I'm gonna start making the granola. I just wanna add the walnuts, but I don't need to chop them, they're pre-chopped. So I think I'm gonna put all the other ingredients together, get that ready, so all I have to do is throw in the walnuts and then put it in the oven because the oven is like at the right temp for that right now. This is the recipe I'm using called Frozen Bananas. And if you want to screenshot that, you can. I think I've used this recipe before and I want to put protein powder in it because I like protein granola. Things that I'm using today are these chopped walnuts, which are gonna go in the granola. I'm gonna chop up a cucumber and some celery to just have like some veggies, quick and easy to grab. And I've been really craving celery and peanut butter. I don't know, but I want it. And then I got these strawberries to make some jam, because it's been a really long time since I've made my own jam. I'm a little disappointed because I tried to get chia seeds to make the jam, and the only thing that they had in stock was a chia, flaxseed meal, and whole hemp seed combo, and I just don't know if that'll work the same. I mean, I can use these. I might actually put some of this in my granola, but I don't know if it's gonna work for the jam, so I may just not do the seeds in the jam. And then obviously I got my flour. This is the artisan bread flour. I don't know if I've ever, I mean, I've never used this, so like, I don't know the difference between this and regular bread flour, but hopefully it'll be fine. I don't know. And then this is just a new brand of flour, but it's organic and it was a good price. So I'm actually kind of hoping this works out because I might start using this. I'm gonna put all this away except for what I need. All right, so I'm gonna quickly finish my granola and just get that thrown in the oven really fast because I just wanna get the things that are cooking, I want them to be cooking while I'm doing other things. I just need a half a cup of a chopped nut, and I love walnuts because they're soft. So I'm doing that. And then I'm gonna add some of these seeds. I don't wanna waste them. It sucks because I already have hemp seeds in the fridge, but I kinda like having seeds like this, so I'm not like super upset about it. I wish they were just the plain chia seeds. I'll probably just add like a couple of tablespoons. To be honest, whenever I make something like granola, I always tend to just kind of do my own thing. It's a hard thing to mess up. Look how pretty this is. It's like the perfect winter veggie dish. I'm using this recipe from the website The Jess Cooks. It had really good reviews. Here are the ingredients. And it looks golden. Look how pretty. This granola is as good as I remember it being. It's so good. Turned out really good actually. They were so simple. It's just ground turkey, ranch seasoning, and like an egg and breadcrumbs. Very happy with that. I put my bagel dough in the microwave just to sit in there. I'm not microwaving it, but it's a warm area, so it helps the yeast rise. So that's gonna be, it says about 90 minutes or until doubled in size, so we'll check it. But this is the recipe I'm using from, what is it? Scotch and Scones. Again, it had really good reviews. That's the ingredients. We'll see how this works. This is not real butter, obviously, but I'm gonna try it. It's what I have. My camera died, but I took that as my sign to take a break, and guys, I'm real tired now. I feel like sometimes taking a break, you know, rejuvenates you, and sometimes when you're really tired, it just makes you more tired and then it's harder to get up. I'm just gonna keep going because I'm almost done. I'm not gonna lie, this part of like making the English muffins and the bagels is a lot of work. I only have to do those two things and the jam, but again, that's easy. I just let that cook while I do everything else. So hopefully it won't be too bad. It's getting late. Yeah, I think it's about 4:30. But I ate some dinner. I watched a little bit of YouTube. I like, you know, waited for my timers to go off. I also did a little, I cleaned up, so you can see it's much cleaner in here now. And now I'm ready for phase 2. So I'm gonna take the dough out. Bagels that are ready to be boiled and put in the oven. So I'm gonna swap out the bagels and put the English muffin dough in the microwave because it's in the oven right now. And then I'm going to start working on those. And the English muffins only have 30 minutes left. So by the time I'm done doing the bagels, those should be ready to start. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of work in phases and then hopefully get this done soon. This dough is not sticky at all, so I don't really need to put anything down on the counter. I'm gonna turn it out and I'm gonna cut it into 10 pieces. You shape them into the bagel shape and then you let them sit for 20 minutes and do an additional rise. So there's my dough. We'll see how it turns out. I haven't done this recipe before, so I'm hoping it's good. I used to weigh my pieces so that they would all be like, you know, perfectly the right size, but I don't know, lately I've just been kind of lazy about that and I just cut them in half. I'll cut each of these in half again, and this is where it gets tricky because now, see, these pieces are all probably even, but I need 2 more, so that makes it a little bit trickier, but I'll just take the bigger ones. Like this one's bigger. I'll cut like a little piece of it. And like this one, and like a little bit of this one. And that's one. And then I'll just kind of do that again. So I'll take little pieces of each one. I think it's good enough. It's okay if they're not perfect. So now you have to roll them into a ball. I'm just kind of, because I just threw some pieces together, they're kind of, I need to make sure that they're combined well enough. And then this is why you have to let them rise again, because you kind of like, you work the dough a lot, so a lot of that air comes out of the dough. So I'm forming a tight little ball. Stick your thumb all the way through, and then I just like take my finger and I kind of do this to like stretch out the hole a little bit. I don't care about my bagels being perfect. I just want them to be bagel-y. But yeah, there we go. There's one bagel. think I mentioned, but I think I'm gonna make these into everything bagels because I have everything but the bagel seasoning. This one turned out kind of funny. You can't really tell as well, but there you go. If you haven't made anything yourself and you're kind of thinking about starting to make some things from scratch, jam is probably the easiest thing. I think this is the first thing that I made from scratch, and it's so easy to do. Chia jam is really easy to do. So it's just fruit and chia seeds. So you just cook down the fruit. I like to kind of blend it. I like my jam to be less chunky. I know it's just preference. So I like to blend it. And then you just pour it over chia seeds. It solidifies in the fridge, and it's super easy. But when you don't use chia seeds, you do need some sort of sugar, at least a little bit, to thicken it. But really the key is just cooking it down enough to kind of solidify. You don't even have to really do that. It'll just be a bit runnier if you don't. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of sugar to this, and then I'm just gonna cook it down until I feel like it's thick enough. And that's all you need to do. Always add lemon juice. I'm just gonna eyeball how much sugar I add, but it's probably just gonna be a few tablespoons worth because I don't wanna add too much. I just like a little. And that's it. Then you just turn it on like a medium lowish for the beginning, and then as you're cooking it down, you turn it up to like a medium. And you just have to constantly stir it so it doesn't burn. And it's kind of like making caramel or something. You just wait for it to kind of thicken, you know, like how sugar does when you cook it down. So the sugar and the berries is like enough to cook down. So that's why I said the jam is really easy because you can just like let it sit. You just have to kind of stay and stir it. Alright guys, we are in the home stretch. Look at this dough. This is wild. This is like so much dough. English muffins. So it's probably gonna make a lot of them, which I guess is okay. I'll put them in the freezer like I always do anyway. And then I'll just have English muffins for a really long time. But anyways, I need to look at the recipe. Look, my dough started to sink. This dough is stickier than I think it's supposed to be. I did add a bunch more flour to it and it just still is sticky, so we'll see how it turns out. It's also telling me it's supposed to rise for another 50 to 60 minutes, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to roll them out and maybe let them sit for 20 minutes and then I'm just gonna cook them. I don't have an hour longer for this. I am gonna put some flour on the counter for this one. Because it's so sticky, I'm hoping that it might make it a little less sticky. Now I'm gonna use a wide mouth mason jar lid, and this works really well. I did this last time because I have never had a cookie cutter. I don't know why. But you have to roll it to a 1/2 inch thick. So I'm gonna make them kind of bigger muffins. I didn't cut that one enough, but there we go. See a little muffin? And then it will rise a little bit more. Gluten needs to loosen up again, and I added a lot more flour, so now the dough is a lot sturdier. But you know, I'm actually considering freezing this dough and taking it out later for like a second batch, so kind of making this like a half batch. I think I am gonna do that. So I'm just gonna put it in this freezer bag, which this is the last one I have, so I'm gonna have to order some more. And then throw this dough ball in the freezer. You know, the way that you test jam's like thickness is by putting a little bit of it in the freezer for a few minutes and then seeing how it hardens up when it's cold, and stick it on here like that, and then I'll put it in the freezer for like 5 minutes and then I'll check on it. Here's the jam. It's already kind of hard. Those bagels turned out really good. They're better than my last ones even. They're really like soft. They're really good. I'm very happy with how they turned out. Something you need to do with English muffins to keep them flat, you know how they're traditionally like this flat biscuit, is put something flat on them while they're cooking. So you wait like 5 minutes and then put something flat on them and cook them for another like 5 minutes, and then you flip them over, and you don't need to do it the second time, but this keeps them from puffing up too much. I'm just using my pan lid, and then I'm gonna wait like 5 more minutes, and then I'll take it off and flip them. All right, here's everything that I made. I cut up celery and cucumbers to just have some like cold veggies to grab. I really like having something like that to just dip in like a Greek yogurt dip. I want celery and peanut butter. I roasted sweet potatoes and beets, and this seriously is so good. If you've never tried roasting potatoes with beets, give it a try. They are such a good combination. It's so good. I just peeled some mandarins. So I have some freshly peeled, ready to go mandarins. And then I chopped up some apple slices. I eat these like every morning, so that's easy. I cooked up some bacon. I'm gonna put it in the freezer. I made bagels and English muffins. There's more of both of these. I just put some out so you could see them. And then turkey meatballs and granola. Next time, I want more protein. This was all I had out, so this is okay. I can make eggs, I have salmon, I have those chicken bites, so I still have plenty of protein that I can make. But next time, I want to do more protein. This was, again, just more of an ingredient prep, but I do want to do something like, I don't know, chicken strips or something like that, you know, to add to like these protein sources. This was a it doesn't look like that much for how much work it was and how long I was doing this. It just doesn't look like as much as it really is. But I feel good about this. This was a good meal prep day. I feel good. I have a lot of ingredients prepped now. We'll see how long this lasts. I think this bread is gonna last me a really long time because I don't have it every day. I just have it every few days or whatever with breakfast. So, and a lot of times I only do like half a bagel. So I think it'll last me a really long time. I don't think I'm gonna have to do these bagels and English muffins for like a while. The other ingredients, I don't think they'll last as long, but we'll see how long they last. And this was really fun and I feel good. Yeah, so that was my day of meal prepping. I really hope you enjoyed watching. Maybe it inspired you to get some meal prepping done on your end or just do some baking. I mean, really this was more just like an ingredient prep baking day, but it was really fun and much needed. I just feel really good now having some fresh ingredients prepped and having some sourdough stuff baked and ready to go. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did and you like this kind of content, let me know. I really love cooking and it's something that I wanted to do on this channel when I first started it, and I feel like I've gone down this cleaning path, which is great. I love cleaning, I love organizing, and that's certainly gonna stay and be on my channel a lot. But I wanna mix in some other things too, like meal prep. I cannot wait to make fresh garden dishes on this channel. Anyways, if you like this kind of content, definitely subscribe to my channel. I do all kinds of content like this: cooking, cleaning, organizing, decluttering, all those types of things. There will be gardening in the future. I'd love to have you here. I love to chat with you all, and please subscribe, join my family. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I just can't wait to keep growing with you all. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.